Hey everyone, it's Froggy, and I'm back again with another episode of the second reproduction, so I'm just gonna go ahead and start.
どうした？そのようなため息などついた。
Gardis looked at me with an obvious face, making me sigh again. Glancing over the countless pieces of jewelry placed in front of me, I half-heartedly opened my mouth.
Gardis.
何でもお前の好きなものを選べ。なんなら全部買ってやってもいいぞ。
Well, that's how it was. Gardis had been really eager to choose a piece of jewelry for me for a while now. I kept telling him that I didn't need anything like that, but he was really persistent and dragged me here anyway. As I kept sighing over and over, Gardis was having fun browsing the jewelry with the merchant he'd summoned.
Gardis. だから私は宝石類はつけないと言っているだろう。
ああ、そうだったな。ここに並ぶどの宝石よりもお前の瞳が一番美しいのだから。
頼むから、そういうセリフはせめて二人きりの時にしてくれ。
真実だ。恥じらうことはあるまい。だがそうして恥じらうお前もまた可愛らしい。
Aren't you the one embarrassing yourself with such cheesy lines? Was what I wanted to say, but I held it in. Ever since that night, Gardis had been all over me, trying to make me happy to the point where I wondered if he was a completely different person. The way he acted was so embarrassing, I thought I'd die. Kiria told me once that demons get really passionate when they're in love, and I'm starting to understand what she meant. No matter how many times I told him to stop, Gardis kept calling me embarrassing things like cute, beautiful, and my dear. I felt like everything I did was automatically translated into something cute in his brain. A few days ago, I accidentally sneezed, and he spent an entire night going, "You're so adorable," over and over. It was mortifying. I seriously thought about running away.
クリス。
ああ、聞いてる聞いてる。
I wasn't listening at all, actually. I'd completely given up on trying to change him, and had decided to let him be.
そうか。では。
え？
Gardis suddenly picked me up and placed me on his lap. His bold act caused all the retainers to turn around and stare at us, shocked and amazed.
Gardis.
ん？なんだ？
I was going to get angry, but I felt as if all of my strength had left me.
これは一体どうしたことか。
こうした方がお前の手に合う指輪を見つけやすいだろう。
This wasn't just a matter of embarrassment anymore. I shot a glance at Kiria, pleading help me with my eyes, but all she did was grin happily. Even all the retainers surrounding us had big smiles on their faces. Oh God, this was just too much. When my prayers were answered, the door suddenly swung open and in walked Jin. But he looked really nervous. Had something bad happened?
ガルディス様、少々ご覧に入れたいものがございます。
鳥か。
ええ。ですから、私の屋敷においでください。
He has his own mansion? Nice.
わかった。
鳥？
お前に送ろうと思っていた珍しい鳥がいてな。それを実際に見てから送ろうとジンに頼んでいたのだ。
I think he's lying.
そうか。
I could tell he was lying. Yeah, there you go. If it really was just a bird, Jin could have brought it with him. The word bird must have been a code word for something only the two of them knew. Jin was his right-hand man, and could be trusted with matters of the utmost secrecy. And on top of that, Gardis' lie indicated that he wasn't going to tell me about it without a fight. That's why he came up with an appropriate excuse to keep me quiet. If I demand him to tell me, he'll just get stubborn about it. With that in mind, I glanced up at Gardis' reluctant face as he slid me off of his lap.
ではクリス、 すぐに戻ってくるから待っていろ。
He pressed his beautiful lips against the back of my hand.
わかったからさっさと行ってこい。
I shouldn't have let my guard down around him. I hadn't expected a surprise attack right then, so I stuttered a little as I bid him farewell. Once they left the throne room, I waited for the door to close, then gave a sigh of relief. Lady Chris, since this is a convenient time, why don't you choose one you like?
だからいらないと。あれは。
遅くなってすまなかった。明日また商人を呼び、改めて指輪を選ぼう。
Evening was already approaching, and I was watching the sunset from my room. I watched Gardis apologize from the corner of my eyes.
どうしてそんなにこだわる？
わからぬか。
ああ、わからないな。
お前が飛び立ってしまわないか不安なのだ。だが私が送ったものを一つでも身につけていてくれるだけでいくらかは安心できる。
Aw.
首輪のように？
お前はあのようなもので縛ったところでそれを引きちぎってでも逃げる女だろ。
ではなぜ？
それが見える限りまだ私への気持ちが尽きていないのだと知れる。だから
臆病な言い分だな。魔王らしくもない。
ああ、今の私は魔王ではなく一人の男だからな。
He wrapped his arms around my waist and pulled me towards him, kissing me like light raindrops. But I pushed him away.
なんだ？
A surprised expression appeared on his face. I quickly searched around my waist and pulled out a small box.
私にか？
開けてみてくれ。
Gardis looked at me, surprised yet delighted, and took the box from me. He carefully opened its lid.
これは。
It was a semi-transparent purple gemstone. I'd seen it not long after Gardis left, and I found myself really wanting it, which was uncharacteristic of me, to say the least. The gemstone's dim light shone with such a seductive beauty, it reminded me of Gardis's eyes, and the way they captured the twilight. It had been unexpectedly cheap too, so I was really glad I could afford it with the money I had on me.
ガルディス？
I suddenly worried that the ring was too feminine for him, so I reached out to take it back.
ガルディス！
I was suddenly pushed onto the bed. I struggled a little, surprised. Wait, we weren't going to do that, were we? I prepared myself, my heart pounding.
お前は本当にいいやつだ。
Gardis held me in his arms, not pushing it any further than that. He smiled. Happiness splashed across his face, then landed a kiss on my cheek. This wasn't the first time he'd refrained from laying his hands on me. Because of Gardis's permanent grin, a lot of people gave us knowing looks every day. But the truth was, we hadn't gone further than kissing yet. At first, I thought it was because I was heterodoxus. In heterodexism, that's it. Heterodoxism, you're only allowed to have sex on Christmas Eve. Whoa, what? That sucks. I thought he was being sensitive, but we talked about religion the other day and he suddenly said, "Oh, so you're heterodoxist." He wasn't pretending, he genuinely hadn't realized it until then.
なあ、ガルディス。
ん？
I looked up at Gardis, who was twirling my hair around his fingers.
やはり私は女として魅力がないか？
溢れすぎていて困るほどだ。
ならどうしてだかない。
She wants it. It sounded a lot more embarrassing out loud, like I wanted him to take me quickly or something cheesy like that. But we were basically lovers already, and I didn't like the idea of keeping secrets about our relationship. Gardis took a quick breath and then spoke nonchalantly.
気に入ったものは後で食するたちなのだ。
私がそれで納得する女だと思うのか。ガルディス。
Hearing the anger in my voice, Gardis let out a sigh, I guess, and reluctantly opened his mouth.
王女の婚姻は乙女でなくてはならぬ決まりがあるだろう。
まさかお前。
Huh. I quickly stood up and shot a fiery glare at him.
今さら私に他の男に嫁げというのか。
The daughter of a royal family must be a virgin when she gets married. That was a rule set by the humans. Which meant that, abiding to that rule, Gardis was planning on sending me back to Almanon to marry another man someday.
クリスティーナ。
触るな、バカ。
Tears of regret rolled down my cheeks. All that kissing, all those heart-to-heart conversations, and yet Gardis still had no idea how I felt.
許せ。
That's not the right thing to say. It's not an issue of forgiveness. I wanted him to answer my question. My body trembled with regret as Gardis hugged me from behind. Then he said in a voice laced with sorrow.
私は魔王だ。いつ殺されてもおかしくはない。だから。
そんな言葉は聞きたくない。
聞いてくれ。そうでなければ私の魂は永劫さまよう。だからクリスティーナ、私にもしものことがあったらお前は迷わず国へと帰る。
今の私が魔を見捨て戻れると思うのか。
それが私の願いだ。お前には何があっても生きていてほしい。
勝手な男だ。
ああ、
ひどい男だ。
そうだな。
こんなに私の心を奪っておきながらお前を失っても生きろという。
クリスティーナ。
Gardis gently guided my tearful face back to his arms. His voice sounded so kind, yet terribly sad. I hated it. I wanted to enjoy the bliss of being held by him, but his sweet nothings sent my thoughts in a tragic direction, towards the cruel future awaiting us.
ガルディス。
All I could do was call his name. Content that he was by my side, I slowly succumbed to sleep. And I'm gonna end this episode here for today. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you want to see more videos like this one, then don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Thanks for watching.